afternoon on this glorious October weekend. Some of you may recall that as part of the Southern Kit Car Club, one of our members got involved in doing organising a gravity soapbox race for the village he used to live at a few years ago. So myself and a couple of others, Kent being one of them, took part in the couple of events they had a couple of years. This is one that I put together. It's been stuck in the hedge, actually, virtually in the garden for the last probably about 5 years now. It did better the second time I used it because I sort of made the sides a bit more aerodynamic, put some low resistance high pressure tyres on to get a minimal amount of ground contact, and also flatted the floor as well. Put some spats on the wheels, but they're all made out of a for sale sign that I found lying around. And it did better the second time, enjoyed it, had a bit of a laugh, made a bit of a day of it. But sadly he moved away, left the club unfortunately, and I haven't really pursued taking any of the sort of little national events that go on. So I thought rather than just cut it up and stick it in the local skip, I did actually nick a couple of the long brake cables off of it for one of the kit car accelerate cables I was doing a while ago, but most of it's still there. Taking out obviously the fiberglass seat, which is actually one of my kit car ones, and the old harness I used to have on there. Just give you a look around in case you've never seen it before. It's made out of basically two kids' bikes, sort of cut and welded, or cut and lengthened and welded together. You can sort of just about get yourself in there if you use sort of the standard size bikes, but I made them a bit longer to make it a bit more comfortable. So yeah, just extend them with a bit of box section. Kept the original calipers. I think they were slightly different because one was the boys, one was the girls. Obviously put them with a couple that had for the kids years ago. I did a little bit of work just to make sure everything was going to stay in place, and just sort of held the bits and pieces together. Made a centre pedal, so all four of the brake cables come up to a sort of balancer bar here at the top. As you can see, I've taken it apart to nick out some of the cables. It's made me a little pedal. Worked quite well. Little dinghy bell. Had a few mounts for the GoPros as well. One's still set on here. I'll try and put a link to the video that I did on, I think it was the first year. Yeah, it was good fun. Had a few people come down watching, had a few beers, a bit of a giggle. So I've basically gone on, joined a couple of groups just to find out somebody might want it. Did a video of it and a few pictures about a fortnight ago. There's a guy that wants to have a go at doing one of the events. He's never done one before, I fancy a bit of a go. He's in Braintree. So I'm off to see my parents for a few days. Braintree can be on the way. So I borrowed the plants road again from work. Partner's just give me a bit of a hand dragging it out. So the plan is to try and drop this in Braintree. He's also owner of a kit car, so I might have a bit of a look around that just to see what he's got. Chew the fat for a little while. I've got a couple more bits and pieces to put in now, just to sort of get him going really. A few more spare inner tubes and bits and pieces, cables and stuff that I've purchased at a time. I'm glad to say the rollover bar wasn't required, so it came out quite well. I was actually quite impressed with that. In the end, it's just a bit of box section, just with the slots on the inside. Just cut loads and loads of sort of cutouts, bent it all around. Did the same with the rear tow bar bit. It went quite well. Yeah, it's should give him a bit of fun. I'll just let him have it for nothing really, just to get him up and running. They do go on eBay for about 200 quid. This one's got virtually no suspension. It's a little bit on the front shocks, but the back end is completely rigid. You can see some of them do have sort of four-way independent suspension, but for what we were doing, there's no jumps involved in that one that we did. I think it took just over the best part of a minute, I suppose, to get down until you get to the end of your run. I think Kenton won certainly the event the first year. Not quite sure how he got on the second year, but yeah, we had a good bit of fun. Just time to move it on now.